Anyways, I'll just present my case, because I'm rambling too much, but then again, that's just part of my trades. Spraying that AK right at you guys. He just wasted a bunch of bullets, man. Shot over your head. That was way over my head. Nah, you kind of missed me on that point, bro. Whatever. But while researching, I went back and I looked at some old clips. We've all seen stuff where, it's very visual. Remember his machine gun bursts when he's standing in front of the bank? Okay, he's in a cloud of smoke. And I talked with the mighty scroll, Revelations 10, the angel with the mighty scroll. I saw yet another angel. Can I remember this by heart? Coming out of the cloud. He was bathed in a cloud. He had a rainbow above his head. The rainbow is symbolic of, it is homosexual, but also the archangels. Okay? I know if it said lightning bolt, it would have been more exciting, but I guess God put code in there. And again, I'm one of those believers that, hey, I don't care what it is. It could be the Quran, it could be the Bible, it could be whatever. If you find some different meaning in there, that's fine. But I'm not going to tell you, if you could prove to me that you see this meaning and symbology in there, and be like, damn, that's kind of, you know what, I have to admit, you got a good point there. I'm not going to deny it because I don't agree with the meaning. Because I've seen some people do that, and I'm like, dude, that's a really good job, or a bad job, in describing it. Like when someone says, the bush tree moved, and the lemon fell. This is clearly a reference to no homosexuality. No, dude, no, you got to prove your point a little better than that. But here we have, the pillars, his legs were like pillars of fire. Well, even this incident, we have one gentleman here whose leg was shot. That's why he was limping the whole time. But the best part was, and I recognized this before, because remember, it can adapt into anything. I mean, the Bible's definitely not, or God is not one of those things that's going to restrict himself to only PG movies. When this angel spoke, it was as if a lion roareth, and when it spoke, the seven thunders uttered their voices. Now, I had previously determined that years ago as the seven thunders, because the seven thunders are known as the archangels, right? But then when you look at it again, when this angel spoke, it was as if a lion roared, right? Right, so he's kind of seems like he's having some archangel moment there, and then when it spoke, the seven thunders, that could mean 5,000 things and still be right, exactly. But before, you had seen that similarity pop up before. You believe that the seven thunders in Revelations 10, Don, is distinctively or directly dealing with, it's talking about a machine gun or something like that, somebody involved in a crime. Yes, I do. I do believe that on many different levels. I'm not saying it has to be restricted to that. That's the second time, I think, I have read the seven thunders utter their voices. That's the way it's worded. Think about that. Uttered. And say, spoke the voices, uttered, like a bullet's coming out. Their voices, plural. And then, what this guy says in the show, this one cop, and I'm telling you just about half an hour before that I believe that there's religious overtones in this incident. That's a bold statement, dude. I just told you what Revelations 10 was. And it came to me because I was listening to the descriptions of what was going on here. Intense. This is so intense, they said. Another thing with the Revelations. And, with being intense and having tension. This word ten, the T-E-N in the vocabulary, comes up all around the arcs. I've seen it before. And sure enough, once again, it's intense. And then I read Revelation 10. Now, I may have directed myself to that and wanted to see some kind of meaning in that, but guess what? I got lucky and found it, because that's not random, totally stretching it, trying to find some kind of correlation there. The seven thunders. I could definitely see, let's call it AK-47s. The seven thunders. There. That's a great nickname for it. That's my new name for my AK. I didn't have to use it today because it was a good day.
By police fire.
Whoa.
The standoff ended without any officer or civilian deaths. Decisions.
I have yet, to this point, come across anybody who's attempted to put in writing what it was like to be there. It got really, really old was those dreams. Every night, basically, I'd have dreams about being there and certain parts of it, and relive those parts that went off. It wasn't your typical, rat-a-tat-tat type sound. It sounded like thunder.
That's weird he'd say that, dude. That's weird he would say that.
This is the first of two gunmen that shot it out with police.
That's really weird he would say that. It was like, and he's saying he's having bad visions and nightmares and shit, like in the book of Daniel. Okay, again, like I said, there's religious overtones there. I'm not stretching it there. Once again, Ark of the Covenant. I've always said, correlation between the two? Abso-fucking-lutely. And Raiders of the Lost Ark. The people who are full of lies that not sees, you can't see, you not sees, Close your eyes, because you will not be able to stand the truth. And that's what is inside the ark. God's secret truths. But what does he do? It's called the opening up of the ark ceremony. What happens when a ark verbally opens up? He spits out all the truths that he knows, usually secrets about other people, burns some bridges. And what do you do with an AK-47 when you're really fucking angry and you're an archangel? You open up. Oh shit, yeah, trust me, you don't want to, on any way, shape, or form, human or in the gold case-wise, want to see the ark open up. Just put it away. Just leave it till tomorrow. Bye.
And we're showing you this again to give you an idea of the type of firefight that took place about 9:50 this morning. Now he's starting to open up. Perhaps they feel that they have a better chance if the gunman drives and the other gunman provides tactical cover. This is almost a military type of tactical situation. These guys act as if they have had military training.
Of course, now you have suspects that are acting we have suspects that are acting quite frantic. Okay, we're following the suspect. There is another officer. The officer that was down was at the corner. A little information that LAPD is in pursuit of a gray vehicle which is nearby, but they are not pulling that vehicle over yet because of the fear of, they are not pulling that vehicle over yet because of the fear of,
Stay down. One suspect is still firing at officers in the rear of the bank. One suspect has entered a white vehicle on the west side of the bank.
He sounds a little shook up. Okay, calm down. Get some coffee. Okay? Like I said, clearly going through this and the evidence I'm looking at, which is news coverage video, the scanner, the radio scanner, is suspicious. I'm trying to find the one where they give a description of what happened to the officers that were involved in this. The rate of suicide is it's like 4 cops killed themselves within this. All the other ones have depression or are now using drugs. Like, that's about how direct they said it. Yeah. That's amazing to me. And that correlates with something you know too. Yeah, it does. It does. That's exactly what would happen after someone tried to fuck with an archangel, at least on the mystical storybook level. Why not let it come down here? Again, is that something you should have been looking for? And then once you found it, you realized, oh shit, that probably does coincide with that whole element that you have of bad karma seems to follow those who fuck with the archangels. And it's not always their fault. It happens to good people too, who thought they were doing right, but didn't realize you were killing the wolves in sheep clothing. Which is kind of what was going on here. Is that what you're telling me? I guess so. And so they'll see these guys and demonize these guys. But you guys don't always know what goes on behind the real story. And we've all been a victim to that. At one point or another. And then you've forgotten about it. Maybe even done that to somebody. But you know what I'm talking about. Conspiracies are real. People can come after you. Whether it's at work or it's an ex-boyfriend or girlfriend. People do plot against one another sometimes. In a world where we're worried about identity theft, I've never met one person who's actually had their entire identity stolen. I'm sure they exist, but they make it sound on the news like 20 million people got their identities taken last night from a Target computer. Why would someone leave that big of a footprint? Never seen that. Never seen that happen. But when it comes down to other things, like there being conspiracy against you or that your government might fuck you over, that's crazy. Oh yeah. Don't think that. Don't think that. We scare you all day with telling you about how people are taking your information. Lock your doors. Get a life alert. Here, call the cops. Give money to the cops. There's people after me now. Oh no, there's not. Where would you come up with a fucking crazy idea like that? We don't believe in anything like that. Everyone's normal around here. We want you to not think about conspiracies. I mean, come on, wake up. Why the fuck do they pump us? Well, I mean, they invest money in the government for anti-conspiracy theory campaigns. Really? We have money to do that? Why don't we do anti-Santa Claus campaigns also in Tooth Fairy? That's stuff like madness. And also tell me how many of these conspiracy theories have proved out to be wrong in the end. 0. HARP proven. Chemtrails proven. Awesome. Now people know. Apparently they don't because none of them said a word. And they owe you a big apology for calling you a fucking nut. But they look so fucking stupid now. Yeah, they do. You think they'd learn next time to listen to you because you're always getting the answers right. It's almost like you got some kind of divine energy around you guys, don't you? You truthers. Isn't that weird? Maybe these truthers aren't just people who can see the truth. Maybe these truthers are unique individuals who somehow or another have a gift to see the truth. Anyways, that's why I guess I investigated this shooting. But in the long run, what is my ultimate deduction of this? We don't know the truth. I think there was evidence suppressed in this. If you look at the video again, you will see that they step off camera quite a bit. I believe they were Easter egging it and putting evidence everywhere, or clues or something. They left notes. I do believe that. Too much of this screams of, we didn't do this for the money. And if that's the case, it meant that they wanted to have a shootout with cops, and they wanted all the cops in one specific spot. You will hear on the audio tape that they clearly are announcing, like with a bullhorn, to come and get around the police thing long before they leave. They were in there for a long time. It was a very poorly done robbery when you think about it, of trying to escape. Even where they were located was a bad spot. It was not directly next to a freeway. They were actually a good few miles away from the freeway, and they were out of their own territory. Please, look at the evidence. And then, they're smart enough to be bodied, armored up, and have essentially the best weaponry you can possibly have in the world. Had no military training, but acted like they did. Once again, ding! Right. That's something you've referenced before, isn't it? Yeah. Instinctively be in the know of how to be a soldier is an archangel trait, especially in the psychological warfare area, because when you fight the devil, it's not on the physical plane. So you have to know psych ops. Because how? Because the devil gets into your head psychologically. Well, what are you suggesting then? Well, I don't have the whole time to get into it, but basically you're supposed to look crazy. You need to be crazy, because the devil don't want to go up in a crazy head. He likes to figure you out. You're so fucking simple and easy to figure out, aren't you? So am I, really. Or am I? That's why I dance around so much. That's why I post videos like this, and I don't care if people think I am nuts. If I'm a genius, I'm a genius. If I'm nuts, then I'm nuts. Am I right? Yes, I am. That's what matters. But is he right or is he wrong? Once again, it doesn't really matter. As long as I keep the devil confused, you serve me well, and what I'm doing, hey, I'm having fun doing it. Because I'm doing it genuinely, and I'm doing it to keep real. Next up, the audio clips with music.